welcome to Wanies Academy. In our last lesson, we started with this important topic, talking about how electrical power is generated. Today, we're looking at another topic under that series. And so the topic we're considering today is hydroelectricity and tidal barrages. Hydroelectricity and tidal barrages. Now, if you look at this topic critically, you'll discover that we have about 4 lesson objectives today that we are going to cover. We have 4 lessons objective. We have number 1, describe the processes involved in generating electricity from hydroelectric dam and tidal barrages. Then the second lesson objective is explain the advantages and disadvantages of using hydroelectric and tidal power as renewable energy sources. Then number 3, we're going to look at comparing hydroelectricity and tidal barrages in terms of their source of power, reliability, environmental impact, and cost. So we are going to compare that. Then finally, we're going to look at identifying and defining key terms related to hydroelectricity and tidal barrages, such as turbine, generator, renewable energy, and tidal range. So let's delve straight into the content of our topic of what we're looking at today. Before we move further, I'm going to look at, defining certain things. Now, electricity can be generated in many ways. We all know that because we started this series. So we have discovered that electricity can be generated in several ways, so many ways, including number 1, burning of fossil fuel, using nuclear power, and through renewable energy sources like solar, wind, hydroelectricity, and tidal power. Then hydroelectricity and tidal barrages are, renewable source of energy. They are renewable energy sources because they use water. They use water to generate electricity. And you know that water is a natural resource that cannot be used up. There's no way we can finish the consumption of water because of, the water cycle. You have heard of water cycle. That is the way water runs, its natural course, and it's inexhaustible. And that is why we said it is a renewable energy source. Now, what we are looking at today, very, very important because because they use water to generate electricity, water is not used up without using up fuel or producing harmful gases. This is another, we have these other advantages of using water to generate electricity. So now, because number 1, it has a source that is renewable. Water is not used up. So now we go to hydroelectricity. Now, when you look at this diagram, the diagram shows what we are talking about today. The diagram shows what we are talking about today. You see water. You see water here. The water is prevented from moving. Look at this construction, and that results into the, construction of artificial lake. Hydroelectricity is electricity produced by moving water. This usually comes from rivers or dams. Hydroelectricity comes from rivers or dams. Now, how does this work? This concept, how does it work? I'm going to explain the way it works. Just look at the diagram. If you see the diagram, you have pictorial, knowledge of how it works. Now, how does it work? I'll run you through 5 steps. 5 steps. Number 1, we see the first step is water storage. Water storage. Number 2, we see water release. Number 3, we see the turbine movement. Number 4, we see electricity generation. I'm going to explain each of them. Then we are going to see, electricity distribution. Electricity distribution. Now, let me explain each of these steps. Each of these steps, I'm going to explain them. Number 1, water storage. A river, just like in the diagram I showed you before now, is blocked by a dam. A dam. Now, when this dam is constructed, it blocks the flow of water in the river. Now, as the water is blocked, it creates a reservoir known as artificial lake. Create a kind of artificial lake as a result of the blockage. So artificial lake is created as a result of blocking the river. Now, when that's happened, the lake has been, generated. The lake has been constructed. The lake has been formed as a result of the blockage. Then, water is released from the reservoir. Now, this water is released to allow to flow through turbines at the bottom of the dam. Now, a dam, at the bottom of the dam, there will be a turbine that requires movement. Now, when the water is released from this dam, it allows to flow. And in the course of flowing, the blade or the turbine is now driven. The turbine is always constructed at the bottom of the dam, the artificial lake. Now, the water release and it begins to what? To drive the turbine. The third step is that the turbine will begin to move as a result of the flow of water. The turbine begins to move. The turbine will begin to move. Now, the flowing water will spin the blade of the turbine as the water moves. Now, it will spin the blade of the turbine. Now, when this happens, what will now happen is that electricity is generated as a result of this action. Electricity is generated as a result of this action. The turbine is connected to a generator, which converts the spinning motion into electricity. Then this electricity is now distributed to various places where they are needed. That is the simple 5-step in which we get light or electricity in our various homes and industries and business districts. Now, that is it. Now, let's look at the advantages and the disadvantages of hydroelectricity. Now, the number one advantage is that is renewable. So because of water, cycle constantly refill the river. So it's renewable. Number 2 is that no greenhouse emission during operation. There's no depletion of ozone layer. There is no, depletion of ozone layer, emission of poisonous gas to the environment, nothing like that. So number 3 is that it's reliable and can produce large amounts of electricity. This method of electricity generation is reliable and can produce a very large amount of electricity. Then reservoir can be used for water supply. So it has multiple usage. So the reservoir can be used for water supply, fishing, and recreational activities. That is about that. Then we now have the disadvantages. Now, everything that has advantage sometimes will have disadvantages. Now, let's look at the disadvantages of this particular method. Number 1, building dam can flood large area, affecting wildlife, and communities. In the course of building a dam, it can, because the water is prevented from moving, that can result into water channeling into communities, channeling, affecting aquatic life, affecting, the ecosystem. Wildlife can also be affected because when this water is prevented from flowing and it's flowing through its normal course, it can result into all of this. Then you also discover that it can disrupt fish migration and natural river flow. It can disrupt fish migration and natural river flow. So all of these are the disadvantages of, the disadvantages of hydroelectric electricity. Disadvantages of hydroelectricity. Disadvantages of hydroelectricity. So we are going to stop here for today because in our next session, we'll continue from where we stop. Continue from where we stop. Thank you for watching. And remember to click the subscribe button. Thank you.